For whatever, thank you everyone for joining. Sorry we're late. YouTube just sort of hit the fan and let me tweet everything out. Um, with record, we're doing Minecraft today. I have a special guest on. He's not on voice, but he's going to be in the game here and see how we are playing. Other maps. And I will point this out. We are live. So thank you everyone for joining. This isn't anything special. Once Puck Gamer gets back, I'm not really excited because he can talk now. Okay, whatever. I just hope that that's working. Is that still working? Come on. Okay, good, good. Right. Okay, that's but that's fine. Still stream asks questions. Oh, came back. Um, thank you everyone for joining this episode. I was just helping out a friend. I think. What's going on here? Am I going up? Oh, okay. You're right. So I need to get back to home base so we can start the stream properly. um, thank you everyone for joining in. Yeah, I'm so unprepared, and I wish my pup friend could get back because anyone who watched the stream before knows that I'm horrible at doing this stream stuff. That's why he's on there to talk to you guys because such a nerd when it comes to that thing. Um, we're just chilling out. Ask us questions in the chat. Say hello. Thank you. How the hell is Puck doing? Hey. Deadpool stuff. If you watch earlier streams, he made Deadpool stuff, so that's exciting. What happened? There's my mine. Alright. Okay, let's see. Alright. Back to normal mode. I was helping out a friend. So, thank you everyone. Ask us questions, because I don't do much talking. And I think you guys would appreciate that a lot more. But we do this every Saturday. We didn't do it the last few Saturdays. I was out by Alpha. We were just having pack stuff we were doing. Tomorrow, the Monday show for Monday will be your Q&A questions. So what I want you guys to do is either tweet at me your questions. Actually, join the Discord, because in the Discord there's like a sub channel for Q&A. I'm going to be answering your questions there. So wish my co-host would come back. Everyone make fun of him, please, because it's funny to do stuff like that. Sorry, if you had it a bit. Hi, Annabis. Hi, Chief Maddie. Thank you for joining in chat. Very nice of you. Very kind of you. 'Cause just ask me questions about puppy stuff and maybe this will be that. That's awkward for everyone. Well, yep. Okay. So, yeah. If you have questions, put them in chat, please. That would be very kind. And then I don't have to just ramble on. I could just sit in silence if that makes it easier. Where the fuck are you, Pup Damon? I need you for comic relief. Uh, he stepped away and I forgot what he said he was doing. Ugh. Ask me questions, people, in chat. What is puppy play? What do you think your favorite hood is? Or what have you? I'm a wealth of information when it comes to puppy play, but when it comes to idle conversation, I got none for you. That's the purpose of this stream. Is my voice so low? How about that? Is that better? Can you hear me now? Thank you, Johnny, for being in chat. Pup Damon has stepped away and hasn't returned, so that's exciting. So I'm just here talking by myself with no topics because that's not the point of this episode. I guess I could talk about the knockoff puppy hood, but or I could talk about the latest Monday show, Heavy Bondage. Am I physically far away from my mic? I'm sorry. I'll talk a bit closer because otherwise it's a bit in my face. Me? I'm not building. I'm making a mine. To just mine resources. I'm going to have to figure out what I need to do with this because I'm going to have to not have this flood my entire mine shaft. Maybe I could just fill it all with brick. My weekend has been alright. Not too much going on. Mostly, I've just been playing some video games and watching some stuff. I'm still filming Pup Talks if you guys want to be on them. Yes, I'm so boring without a script. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to yell at my co-host for walking away from his microphone. How unprofessional. He should know I'm like a child. He shouldn't leave me alone with the microphone. This pup just got back from a cruise. Where would you go if you went on a cruise or I went on a cruise? I would go to like Fuji or something. Someplace with all the really nice pictures and the crystal blue waters. I also want to take a cruise in Antarctica just for the experience of it. Yes, so I would go to Antarctica and check out the icebergs and the blue whales and stuff. I would check out like some of the tropical areas and just like lay in that beach. I don't want to go any place with jellyfish that will sting me or something. That would hurt. Yeah. Oh, excuse me, sorry. I would definitely like to check those things out because Antarctica is really cold, but it's all that beautiful landscapes and stuff up there. So, and then the tropics, of course, are warm, but they don't have like that shocking landscapes. Maybe like I could visit Hawaii because they got like all the mountainous areas. I kind of want to go someplace that's like a varied, like all different types of geography to it because I kind of like that stuff. Oh, did I hear something? Did Pup Damon come back? Nope. But that's what I would do. Hey, you're back. Why the hell did you leave me alone with the microphone for so long?
Because why not?
You're a nitwit and a bloody asshole. No. Oh, talk. Speak. Start saying stuff. Because... just open your mouth and let words come out. He's being an asshole. Don't mind him. He's British. So, where would you go on a cruise? That's the question that we're answering, Damon.
Right up your ass.
Oh, you wanna cruise my ass? What was this like? No, be serious. Say something.
I wouldn't go on a cruise. I don't like boats.
Okay, if you would take a plane.
Where would I go? I don't know. I wouldn't mind doing Amsterdam.
Really?
Hmm.
What would you like to do there? Smoke weed?
No, some of the clubs.
Ah, okay. What did you think of my, did you see my, well, okay, you just watched the Heavy Bondage video. Did you also watch the Knockoff Hood video?
No, I only watched like 30 seconds of that video. I didn't actually start watching it because you commented on my microphone. Oh god.
What recent videos of mine have you watched that you can talk about and give your own commentary on? Oh, that's depressing. Haven't
I
watched.
didn't hear what you said. You jutted out.
Really? I said, what videos of mine has you watched recently that you can comment on?
None.
Okay, what videos have you watched that are relevant to either gaming or puppy play that you can comment on?
Nothing I can remember.
Do
At the
you
moment,
have
all I...
anything meaningful you can add to the conversation?
No. I'm basically dead. I've had a 60-hour week this week, so I'm shattered.
Just talk about Brexit or something.
I'd rather not. I don't want to go from work to politics.
Well,
Nothing worse than politics.
well, we don't really like to talk about politics here. I do, but it's enjoyable. It's a challenge. So it's not like I can be like, "Welcome back to Car Talk" or something, because we're not really car guys. You like rubber?
Like rubber? Yeah, I quite like rubber.
Talk about.
I haven't really.
Talk about why.
I haven't got.
Talk
I
about.
haven't got any because of the price.
Talk about why you like rubber. What do you like about it?
I don't know. I don't really know what I like about it. I just like it.
So, have you smelled rubber?
Sorry.
You smell it? Do you like the scent? Do you like the,
Mm, I guess it's just more the feel of it on the skin.
Ah, okay. So
I
you're...
think that's probably what it is for me.
Mm-hmm. And, what do you like about neoprene?
Neoprene, the texture and the smell.
Okay, okay. What are some of the differences between neoprene and rubber? That you could talk about?
Um, to be honest, I can't really think right now. This is
Aww.
probably gonna be a boring stream, but I've been doing, like I said, 60-hour week. I'm tired.
Okay, okay, okay. What's your favorite position to take a bone?
Probably missionary.
Okay, and why do you like that? Like versus like a Dirty Sanchez or like a Christian
I
Parejo or
I A don't know what either of those are, and B I don't know. I just prefer being on my back.
oh okay, okay. Um, is that just because you like to relax and it's easier to just lay that way and you don't have like
Yeah, I suppose it's just an easier position for me to be in personally. What about you?
I'm similar, but I
Mm.
throw a wrench in it from time to time. Um, have you ever tried doggy?
Doggy, yeah, I've tried doggy.
Mm-hmm.
I've had doggy a lot.
Um, what would you say? What, like, okay, so naturally one takes more effort to hold yourself up. So, would you say you only do doggy if like you're trying to initiate the interaction?
Um, Doggy. If I'm usually do doggy if I'd probably be more inclined to do it if I was doing it with another pup.
Ah, okay.
But I don't. I haven't done it with another pup. I've only done it with pup doms.
Okay.
So I can't really say. If people want if I'm with someone and they want to do the position, then I'm happy to. I don't really mind.
Mm-hmm. What about like star or getting like tied up on the bed or something like that?
That is fun.
Yep. Okay.
Definitely fun. Probably my favorite part.
Uh, what are some of the experiences you can talk
Mm, stop making me think.
about? It's okay, cause I well then ask me meaningful questions because
Meaningful.
you know puppy
Woof.
or gaming or how
Okay, how did you get into pup play?
how did I get into pup play?
Um,
Well, I started in the furry fandom. It was a long night on Christmas Eve, and it was very
fuck's sake.
and it was very cold.
Very cold. Okay.
And someone came up in a fursuit. No, that's not how that happened. I
And Santa Claus, Santa Claus turned up and said, "Let you be a furry person," and then threw a fursuit at your head.
sexy, sexy, no, sexy Santa with his furry
No,
reindeer.
no, like, can you imagine that? Like, instead of a tooth fairy, it's a kink fairy. You just ding. You now have a foot fetish. Just
Well,
grants kink and just
oh,
grants kinks left, right, and center.
I
It would be
thought,
hilarious.
I thought maybe you were like going to be like, excuse me, like she's a dominatrix and pulls your teeth or something, and she's
Jesus.
well, I wondered where you were going with that because I didn't quite realize. What kinks would you like to try?
What kinks would I like to do? Or,
Yes.
mm,
Like, I forget. You've done like, do you do anything like with pain play, like impact, whips,
I've
chains?
done I've done a bit of pain play. I just would consider spanking pain play.
What? So pain play. Is it more like you want to like get pleasure out of it, or is it like
Yeah, no, I like pain to an extent. I'm not a heavy pain fan. Little bit of a machoist, not a huge one.
right?
But let's just.
Why didn't you go?
Let's just re-
Why don't I TP
Oh.
you to Cam over there, and you can help him out.
I am currently not playing. I am currently looking at my phone and talking to you. My guy is just staring off into the sunset.
Oh wait.
I'm in the world. I'm just sitting on top of my. I'm just sitting on top of my pixel art.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's fine. Um,
Thanks.
moving on.
Why did you?
Because I wanted to create drama so that the channel would be more interesting.
More interesting. You just murdered him, and I'm in creative, so.
I didn't murder him. I TP'd you to him.
And to do what? What is on?
To save him.
You were
To
to save him. Well, why would I do that?
Because he's a friend of the channel.
He's a friend of yours. I've never met the guy before.
Well,
Oh shit.
as
I'm just gonna sit at the top of this tower and just keep looking and continue flicking through Reddit and watching him die over and over again.
Fine, I'll TP him to me. No more zombies. Okay.
Thank you, fucking zombies.
No, it's fine. Whatever. Oh, wait. Shit. Am I just? Oh. Okay. Wait. Oh. Okay. Good.
like
I was worried because I forgot I had the stream paused, and then I looked over and it was just the white screen. I was like, am I not even broadcasting the game? I'm like, okay. There's an idea. What if we just don't play games? What if we just like talk with absolutely nothing to do? Aw, cuddles. Anyway, we were talking about like doggy and stuff. Could you ever go back to vanilla? Now that you've
No.
had the experience, no?
No.
What would you consider vanilla is? Just like anything that, like, just like strict missionary, you know, Christian, like you're not even allowed to enjoy it, kind of.
Well, no. Just with. What do you mean? Sorry, I'm half asleep.
It's okay.
What did you say? Something about Christians.
Like, what would you consider that vanilla even is anymore?
Vanilla. Anything that doesn't involve kink.
Like just like strict missionary.
No, I consider vanilla anything that just isn't fetish.
Well, what? I mean, isn't like everything a fetish?
No.
I'm so corrupted I don't even remember what not corrupt looks like.
I'm not quite there.
I'm like, what is the
what is clean sex?
like, I don't even know anymore. Oh, okay. So, you know, I've been doing the prison roleplay sex sim thing. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, it's fine. But what kind of roleplay would you like? Like, would you do a roleplay that isn't strictly like sexual? Or, I mean, it would lead to sex eventually, but would you like do like a whole like an actual like story with setup and everything, and you just sort of like act out like you're on a stage production or something like that?
For me, when it comes to roleplay, I sort of just go with it and just see where it goes. I don't plan anything out. I just sort of, if we weren't doing the prison thing, then I'd roleplay as being in a prison, and if that happened, it happened. But I don't plan anything.
Well, I mean, it's a sex roleplay prison, so obviously.
No, then obviously it's gonna happen. But I wouldn't think about it. I just, whatever they said to me, I'd sort of respond that way.
Okay. Okay. So, like, would you do like So not like the stereotypical like let me dress up like the UPS man and deliver you a package.
No. How many times are you going to say the word like in a sentence? I think that was like 7.
I got out of that habit as a kid. I must have gone back into it.
Yep.
No, okay. So, tell me, what do you think? So, when we talk about bondage, right, and fetish,
Yes.
like puppet play and stuff, a lot of
Yes.
people like to like categorize. Okay, well, this is rope. This is pinwheels. This is like your pain play. This is your like impact. This is your clamp play, and like. But at some point, you just sort of like lump it all together, like, because when you're doing puppy play, technically
I would.
you're in a harness. You may have a tail. You have the hood on.
That, but that's the thing. Puppy play is not inherently sexual.
Well, let's just pretend we're talking about you're romping around. You're like
I'd say it's well. That's the thing. Harnesses don't have to be. I'd say harnesses and whatnot are probably more dominant, submissive
mm-hmm.
thingies. If that's more of dominant, submissive relationship than an actual thing, kink and sex, I'd say. So it's more of. Obviously, you get sexual clothing, but I'd say it's more. It's less kink, but less kink, probably more fetish. So you can't really put it into something because you could be into pain play yet still wear a harness.
Okay, so then what's the difference between fetish and kink, if there is one?
I suppose. Well, a fetish is something you. Oh God.
Are you okay? It sounded like you just had a hernia.
No, my back just cracked all the way down the spine.
Oh, you're into that kind of play.
No, I'd say. Well, kink and fetish are similar things, but you get fetish clothing and kink gear, don't you? So, for example, you could consider rubber fetish clothing, but rubber is also a kink.
Right.
So, I'd probably say that even though most rubber stuff is clothing, not all of it is. So you can still get like rubber paddles and other bits and pieces. So I'd say you can have a kink of rubber, which is your desire for it, but your fetish clothing is an object that links into your kink, if that makes sense. That's the only way I can think to word it.
Interesting. I will definitely think about it and maybe make a video about it one day.
I couldn't think of any other way to word it.
No, I don't really have good definitions for either one. Because in my mind, I tend to like lump all this stuff together. Like, oh, it's just kink. You know, like, if you're in a bondage scene, you're being tied down or something like that. You know how many different types of ways you could categorize all of that, and it's like, oh, I have like a camera's such a bulldog.
You got a camera whore kink.
No, I'm sorry. No, I'm trying to regain my train of thought. One moment. Okay.
That's dangerous. You're thinking.
I got it. So I lump everything together, right? So like you're in a bondage scene. You're strapped down in the straps. You're in like maybe a gag, and you're in like a straitjacket, and maybe you have Easton going on, and
Anyway.
paddles and stuff. So those are like a bunch of different types of kink, but
Yeah.
it's also like all happening at the same time, and like it's all kind of together. Like when you say bondage, do you separate rope from like straitjacket versus straps versus like just being tied down versus like...
No, I would just say it was just a different style of bondage. So you can have rope bondage, you can have you can have iron bondage, you can have straitjacket bondage. As I'd say, as long as it's something that's restraining you and keeping you tied up, then it falls under the category of bondage. It just depends on what form of bondage it is.
Alright, that makes sense, I guess.
Well, think about it, because obviously, but then again, in the same argument, you could also consider harnesses a form of bondage because they do restrict your movement in some form.
Hey, Pup Damien, can you do me a favor?
What?
Throw open Discord, which you already have open.
Oh god, one sec, one sec, one sec. Yep, I'm in Discord.
Go to my channel and scroll down to the Q&A subsection. The Q&A.
Oh. Ask us Q&A. There we go. Right, I'm in. Oh god.
Alright. Start. Okay. Are you okay there, Seabiscuit? Okay. Start from the top with white bread, I guess. Oh, I already asked what got you into puppies. We already said that. But just start from the top and like say the name of the question and we'll both try to answer.
Wrong one. So hold on. Q&A. Okay, so this is none of this is from today.
Yes, I know. But it took this long to get that much.
Okay, so the first question is, what got you into puppy play in the first place? We've already answered that one.
Alright, what's the next one?
What helps you get into the headspace?
Okay, you wanna go first?
For me, it's the hood. It's the hood and the collar. I put those on, I'm instantly a pup.
Alright.
It's that fast. I could for my headspaces, it's because I have two, my pup and my little.
Right.
But I can only sort of I can only sort of go into them. Pup I can only go into when I have my hood and my collar on. I can go into it a little bit when I haven't got on, but it just finds so much easier with the hood on.
Do you do little
And
pup or do you keep them kind of separate?
no, I am a little pup.
Okay.
But I'm only a little pup when I'm padded. It's the
Right.
only time I can go into the headspace when I'm padded.
For me, just getting there can be tricky, but it's mostly to do with trust. Trust in the dom, trust in the top. It doesn't hurt to have like a pre-existing relationship with them. Not to make that sound clinical. You have a pre-existing relationship. No. But it's kind of true. If you're a person like me and you try to get into the headspace with someone, it can be difficult if you like don't know them that well, or you're afraid that like you won't be able to. You'll get so deep that you won't necessarily realize what you're doing, and you might make an ass of yourself and get kicked out of whatever club because you're just so deep that you kind of like you know, as a puppy you just sort of like do, you know, hey look, there's a sock or something, or like there's a power cord that controls the AC unit or whatever, and you just go and
Nah,
break it.
I can't. I've only ever gone that deep into headspace a few times, but that's due to the fact that, like a lot of pups, I suffer with anxiety and depression, and my anxiety basically goes no, and I start overthinking. Going into my headspace helps alleviate some of that, but it is really hard for me to just let go. Really, really hard. Because I'm constantly thinking of like how I'm perceived by others.
Right.
It's like even going to the events, I'm wary of how I'm acting in case I'm acting too much, basically.
Right. I would say it is true that it does help to uh, trust the person, but I have gotten into like, you know, like a light buzz headspace, uh, and
I think for me, the only time I would be able to do that is if I went to an event and I was being handled. Because
yeah.
having the handler there would allow me to just go, okay, I haven't got to worry about it. It's fine, and my anxiety just leaves me alone.
But you know what I mean about like the light buzz headspace? It's like not
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's not like the
yeah.
full phase or
I
like
do know what you mean.
like you're not and I don't mean like you're drunk because I've never drinking alcohol before, but it's like
That's
you're you know
bullshit.
you're feeling free, you know, you're feeling good, like you just took a cup of coffee, you know, no,
Uh,
and it's like 6 o'clock. No,
yeah. Mhm.
But yeah, okay, going to the next question.
The next one. Do you have a handler or an owner? I have a handler.
I have an alpha and a boyfriend and some other close
I
friends,
I
but
originally I did have an owner, but I decided that I no longer wanted to be owned, so we did chat for a bit. We got sorted through some bits, and my owner became just my handler.
I there's some debate over like what's a handler versus what's a trainer, and I had Pup Steve or something, or no, Handler Steve on to talk about the handler role more specifically. I forget if it was a Pup Talk or if it was just a Monday show, but um, handler versus trainer, that's a very interesting question because you can like have a boyfriend and a handler, or an alpha can have betas and omegas, but the alpha himself has a handler, and then does the handler become like leader
Yeah,
of the pack?
but that's the joy of pup play. Everybody interlinks.
Yeah.
So it's easy. So I have a pack, and I have two friends inside the pack.
Hmm.
But then I have someone I still need to ask him to actually be my alpha. I haven't actually asked him yet. But someone I want to be my alpha, who I need to speak to. Obviously, I have my handler, but at the same time, I could also, if I wanted to, I could go get a boyfriend. I could also get an owner who could also have pups, a pup of themselves. I could also get a pup of my own. I could also like become a handler, an owner, or blah 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 blah. It's like everything links in and people link into each other. Crazy.
Yeah. Um, and the nice thing that my alpha had told me, he's moving away. So, hey, love you, alpha, but you're moving away, like many states away. um, but like betas can mount their alphas if the alphas are feeling a bit, at least
Hmm.
traditionally. Yeah, like an alpha wouldn't have his omega, I guess, do it. But it didn't.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't do because I'm an omega. So
Um, Ed, do you want to describe what like a beta versus omega versus alpha is and stuff?
no,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you have a pop talk about that anyway. So I
Do I? Maybe.
think so. Yeah.
Um.
Right. Next question.
Yeah. Next question.
How does a stray find an owner? I'd suggest you go to
Make a friend.
either join any of the Telegram groups for different areas, or go to an event where you meet people and go from there.
Yeah.
Because having an owner, a handler, or a trainer is just like having a relationship.
A lot of it comes down to the same way you'd find normal friends, um, but just talk. And if you already have someone you're close with and would like to do it with, maybe talk to them. Be like, hey, I'm into this thing. I would
Would
like
you
to.
do you want to be
Would
do you want to be part of it or something like
yeah?
yeah?
Would you want to be? Would you like?
Because I know someone who or had a little but and was this little daddy, but he wasn't actually into the scene himself.
Hmm.
He just did it for them, so it is possible.
Robert comments that he has a handler who lives on the other side of the country. My
Joyous.
my Alpha's handler lives in another state, actually, and he's going to be moving to him. But just to show it can work if you're good at that kind of distance. Um, I will say that from experience that having someone in the physical makes a huge difference. But if you can meet, if there's just no other way, meeting someone and talking with them over like a month or 2 months, and then seeing if they're right for you, if that's the way you got to do it. Maybe there's not a lot of people around.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay, so
before you go on to the
yeah.
next one, Nicole Grace asks, I'm thinking of getting into puppy play. What's a good affordable starter mask, and do you think the pup scene is welcoming to a trans woman? I would say yes, uh, but every community has its dark sides. I have had lady pups or trans pups, trans women on pup talks before, and I've asked them specifically how welcoming they felt. They said for the most part that it was. welcoming, but they have noticed that there's still just a lot of very gay men in the scene, and finding other, either trans women or people who are just sexually attracted to them could be a bit tricky. But it is a growing group of people, and it is getting easier over time. As for an affordable mask, I recently did
Have a look. Hold on. Have a look on Etsy.
yeah, you could do that.
That is the best place. You can get a Mr. S replicas for like 25 quid.
And I did a video
Yeah,
on Monday
yeah.
showing about that.
I'm quite lucky because I live with my family. I actually don't have to pay very much rent, so I have the money to actually buy my own hood. And my handler was nice enough to give me the one that he went out and purchased when he was drunk.
Oh, that must be nice to pay very little.
Do you know the hood that I did the pub talk with you on, the yellow one?
Yes.
That was the one he bought when he went out and got drunk.
Oh, okay. I would have liked to see you in a neoprene one. That would have been hotter. But okay. No, I'm not going to start dictating what my pups can wear on Pub Talk. You must look this sexy to be on Pub Talk. No, I would never do that.
And Nicole, depending on where you're from, Telegram has different chat groups for different areas. So there's a USA group. There's different areas of the UK. I think there's a Welsh one. I'm pretty sure there's a Canadian one as well. Things like that. Just depends on whereabouts you are. So if you're in the UK,
Also check FetLife.
yeah, that might do as well. And if not, just you can follow either of us on Twitter and DM us, and I can send you links. I can send you a link for the UK Telegram groups.
Well, you'll have to tweet at me because I don't have open DMs, but I'll
So you're in the southern US. So have a look. Have a look. Have a look on puppypride.com. And yeah, and they've got Telegram links in there. So I'm not sure if I'm not sure how many US groups there are. So you might be English. You might have better luck looking there.
I have a pup friend in Austin, Texas, and he says the scene is alright-ish, kind of small down there. I mean, southern United States. I mean, that's like Georgia.
I mean, you say kind of small. The one around me is non-existent.
Well, then you gotta make one.
I know. I'm pretty sure I'm literally the only pup in my little town.
Yeah.
There's probably a couple in Cambridge, but I'm pretty sure I'm the only one in my little town. Which is a good thing. Which is a sort of a good thing, but also a bad thing.
What you could do is get on Grindr.
Oh, I'm on Grindr.
Wait. Go on Grindr, and if you can, filter by leather tribe.
Yeah, I do. I have seen a couple of pups on there, so there's a few in Cambridge.
Most pups who pay for Grindr Extra, or I think, do they allow you like 3 free? I don't know. Anyway, if most pups who have the tribe feature will select leather. It's kind of like the unofficial kink filter.
Well, it is a kink, so yeah, I can imagine why.
So filter your search by show me everyone who's in leather tribe on Grindr, and you might be able to find some pups near you.
Yeah, I'll have a look. Okie dokie. So the next question on the thing is,
it is, but,
how can I tell my BF that's a pup?
I have some fun ideas.
That's a really bad question to ask, especially me. I suppose just be open.
Just like tell him to come hide in the bedroom closet
And jump on him with a hood.
Or just like when you guys are getting busy, just
start barking at him or something.
Or yeah, just get on all fours and says, "Fuck me like a dog." You kind of gotta read your boyfriend and kind of just know him and
gotta read your boyfriend. What is he, a book?
you gotta kind of get a feel for what his personality is, and like it's going to be like pretty custom. It's like not going to be like an out of the box experience. You're going to, no, I mean, I don't want to like have the person like completely, you know, piss off and like leave the boyfriend. I want to give advice that's going to take it good. And the only advice I can give is you kind of have to know what he likes, and you know, kind of.
Well, not even that. Even if you don't actually, you don't have to do it with him. So it would be nice to do so, but you don't have to do it with him. You can just tell him it's something you enjoy, and explain it a bit more in detail. And then if he decides to join in with you, then that is up to him.
I mean, yeah, you know, show him some pictures from Twitter. Say, hey, you know, I saw this.
And go, welcome to the crazy side. Okay. Yeah. Johnny says, yeah, read your BF like a book. Okay, so speaking of books, what kind of books do you like reading?
What kind of books do I like reading? Well, I have
Yeah,
some.
that's a question.
I read a lot of books by Dan Brown. I read
I'm
a
a
lot
fantasy.
I read a lot
I'm a
of
fan.
books.
I'm a fantasy reader. I just started reading Game of Thrones.
I've been very lazy. So I read all the Harry Potter books. I read all the Dan Brown books, Digital Fortress, Angels and Demons, you know, all that kind of stuff, Deception Point. I've been reading, trying to read not Temple of Doom, what is it? Some Lost Symbol, but like I've gotten
The
over
Temple of Doom. Are you going to Indiana Jones?
No, I misspoke. It's The Lost Symbol by Dan Brown. I've read books called Alex Archer. It's kind of like this lady. It's an
Oh
archer.
no! Hold on. Nicole says yeah, she's Tennessee.
Tennessee.
It says she. Yeah, and Nicole says it isn't Grinder for men. Yeah, Grinder is a gay sex app, and there are a few females on there, but your best bet would probably be joining FetLife for that, because from what I've seen, since you are female, it's probably best if you join FetLife, not Grinder, as you're more likely to be called out by the gay men on the less so on
recently
FetLife.
allowed ladies, but what I was trying to make the point
Yeah.
was for purely networking points of view.
Yeah, but that's the problem. The first problem, Grinder isn't a networking; it is a hookup app.
Right, but if you filter by the other tribe, you might pups.
You might be
generally are
lucky, but you're more likely to just get unofficiated dick pics.
All right.
Or is that just me?
Well, I put dick equals black in my profile, so I don't get them anymore. But okay, so Damien obviously says do FetLife, don't worry about Grinder. I say get a Grinder account and just filter by leather tribe, and just see if there's any pups out there, and just be like, hey, I know might not be your thing, but I'm just trying to find other pups and like other pup communities. Can you help me get into the community here in Tennessee? And seeing if they'd be like, yeah, sure, I have some, or like I know some, you know, people or whatever, and just get a feel for what's out there. But I guess we have opposing views there. It's fine. Yeah.
It wouldn't be funny if we always agreed.
Well, I mean, yeah. I suppose.
Anyway, next question. How do you find an event that's local? I'd just say look on pray and look on the pup events. Have a look on Puppy Pride.
Or you could just make one.
Yeah, that would work. If you advertise one.
Just well, you know how hard it is to do that. I mean, I'm pretty sure you need permits too, depending on where you are. But,
No, I don't think so.
I mean, you could always go to the big ones, Claw, Mid-Atlantic Leather, Folsom. Go to like Germany and just like everyone's. I see all the. Is it true that there's just a lot more public puppy play in the UK than there is in America?
I don't know. I honestly don't. But one more question. It's how would you deal with being in two different packs at the same time? I wouldn't say that would really be an issue, would it? Because if you're in two different packs and you're doing two different things with two sets of people, then go ahead. I suppose that doesn't supposed to be a massive amount of an issue.
Well, I mean, I suppose if like there was And Alpha was like, I want you to be exclusively mine.
Well, then you have to explain that you can't be.
I think you're running the same issues about being in like a polygamous relationship. It's either going to work or it's not going to work. It's not going to be somewhere in between, because that'll just tear you apart. You know,
Mhm.
if you have to hide anything from any of the others, that's a bad thing. You probably shouldn't do it.
Mhm.
So that's how it feels when we have lots of questions.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit more chatty. So we'll have to do. I'll post a I'll post something on Twitter for for next week's stream as I'm having my back tattoo added to, so I'll
Yeah,
be
you
home.
have a whole crap ton of
Yes.
followers, don't you?
I thought you were gonna say tattoos, then I was gonna say yeah, I've got 4.
Yeah, you got that too. I
Nah,
actually, well,
by the
actually,
time I'm done with tattoos, my both my legs will be done, both my arms and shoulders will be done, my back will be finished, back of my neck, my heart will be done when I have children. Probably more of my ribs, my backside will also be part of my leg. Backside will be part of my leg tattoos, and that's it. About 70% of my body will be covered.
I am scrolling through my Twitter because I did ask people for questions.
Right. Pup, I have to go
Alright.
because it is quite late and I need to sleep. Because unfortunately, I have no staff at my current job, so
Oh, I
gotta do.
thought your cock fell off or something.
No,
Like you don't have
I'll be very.
staff.
We had 9 members of staff. We now have 4.
Well, I think then this is a good place to end this stream because we all know it's just gonna fall apart after this. So
Anyway,
why don't you plug your social media before you go?
yeah, what if? Anyway, night, guys. See you later.
You don't want
I'll
to
see you next week.
you don't want to plug your YouTube channel before you end the
You can link it. I'm about to fall asleep.
Okay. Well, thank
See
you.
you later.
And just as we get 7 people. Thank you everyone.
Ta-da. Well, they'll be excited for next week because I'll have actually had some sleep.
Please watch us next week. And sorry, we don't have a lot of questions because people just don't ask. So please ask us questions in the chat.
Oh, Nicole asked what the Twitter handles are.
I know.
Mine is Damon Pup.
And I'm
DAEMONPUP.
yeah, and I'm at Pup Shepherd. Sorry, Andy Android. Yeah, I know you just got here.
And Johnny just added my YouTube channel. I will just say about that channel now is due to having really shit internet. It is a very irregular upload, but I do try to upload as soon as I'm able to. Hopefully, there should be something going up Thursday. Fingers crossed, but no promises.
Okay, sleep well, Pup. I'll do the outro.
Night.
And we have 8 people.
Bye.
Why is it
Uh.
the end of the stream is when we get all the people coming? It's like, where are you in the beginning when I needed you to ask me questions so I wasn't rambling? Anyway, I want to thank everyone for being on. Sorry, we don't really have an end time. But Pup is very tired, and I just ramble on a lot. So, your homework for tonight is to post, not in the chat because they will disappear and I won't see them, but in the comments of the video, if you could please ask like a ton of questions for next stream. You notice like it took me like 6 months just to have you guys ask me like 10 questions. So I really wish you would ask me questions in the comments below so that next stream we could just be like, yo, this is what our community wants, this is what they want to hear, and then we can answer it for you guys. That would really make the whole experience a lot more fun, not just for us, but for you guys too, so you don't have to hear me ramble and just watch me play Minecraft all day. Anyway, I'm obviously Pup Shepherd. You can follow me. Links, Johnny's been posting them in the chat. Follow us on Discord. We got a great community over there who ask you like whatever kind of questions, anytime, even when we're not streaming. If you need help with something, my Discord community is very good. So head over there and check them out. Follow us on YouTube. I do Pup Talks. That's coming in March. So if you want to be on Pup Talk, please let me know, and we can film, have you on. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. I'm your host, Pup Shepherd, and I will see you same bad time, same time, place next week for the Monday show. I'm answering some more of your questions and maybe doing some other stuff. So take a look at that. Enjoy. Bye.